y'all, it's Dr. Ashtiani here with Essence Chiropractic and Wellness. I have one of my patients here.
Hi, my name is Jamie.
So Jamie's here and we're going to ask her some questions regarding her pregnancy, why she came to our office, what things she's experienced, so that way we kind of get her from her point of view. So here we go. Okay, so how many kids do you have?
I have two. I have a 5-year-old, almost 6, and then I have a 3-month-old.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your first pregnancy.
So my first pregnancy, I wanted to go all holistic. That was the goal and objective. We did Bradley method classes. However, I had a lot of sciatic pain with my first, and a lot of, I guess just pain overall. You know, not really a lot of complications, but when it came time to actually deliver her, I had a really hard labor. I was in labor for about 34 hours with her, hard active labor. My husband wanted to be the coach, and when it came time to actually go time, he couldn't handle it. So, and Bradley method, you were supposed to have, someone be your coach and coach you through the contractions. I really did not want any pain medicine with her. I was open to maybe an epidural, but I told my OB no epidural either until I could not, fathom not having one. So I got stuck at 2 centimeters with her. It was around 24 hours naturally that I could not, my body could not relax. My husband was not even in the room. He couldn't take it. So at that point in time, I begged my OB for an epidural. I really didn't want one, but that was the only way that I could go. The baby was starting to get in some distress. They put oxygen on me and had me turn different ways because I guess labor had been so hard. And I was just so tense. So I ended up with the epidural, but I had a really easy pushing. I only pushed for about 15 minutes with her. However, I had a really kind of traumatic pushing time with her because I had to push so hard that she got stuck underneath my pubic bone. So it was either an emergency C-section or I just had to, they were actually going to vacuum her out if I didn't push her hard. So I ended up with almost a 3rd-degree tear with her as well. So,
did they also induce you when you got stuck?
Yes, they started Pitocin, which I didn't want either. But at that point, I kind of was at their mercy because it was either that or a C-section, and I didn't want a C-section. Yeah.
Okay. And then how did you, just as mom, how did you recover afterwards?
Oh, it was hard. The stitching that my OB did was kind of off. So I actually had a hard time with the recovery from my episiotomy. And I had a little bit more of healing time than normally expected with that. I had to sit on a donut for, probably a month and a half because of just the pain down there. But other than that, I recovered pretty normally after that. Just for the episiotomy part was kind of hard.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have baby number 2. How old is she?
She's 3 months.
3 months old. Okay. So what happened between first pregnancy and second pregnancy that made you come to our office?
So the first pregnancy and second pregnancy, my goal this time was to have a full, holistic, natural pregnancy. When I, throughout my life, and especially when I'm pregnant, I really watch what I put into my body. I really try to be, as holistic as possible, as healthy as possible, all organic, do fitness. So this time around, I had an objective. I did not want an epidural. I did not want any pain meds. I just don't, especially with my first, I said no pain meds whatsoever because I didn't want my baby to be born under pain meds too. So I knew that this time around I really had to take care of my body. I wanted a doula with my first pregnancy, but my husband was like, no, I can do it. And he couldn't. So I really wanted to do the doula. I wanted a chiropractic care as well because I knew that would help me throughout my pregnancy and into my labor.
Okay, so what made you pick our clinic?
So I was going online and I really wanted somebody with Webster certified, and that was important to me because I did not want any chiropractic care throughout my pregnancy to actually harm me in the long run or my baby. So I was just looking at Webster and you came up as on the list. And then I realized that we knew a lot of connections. So I came to the office and we just clicked. I felt really at home with you. And I felt that it would be a good decision to go with you versus any other chiropractor.
Yeah. Okay, so now tell me about your second pregnancy. So what did you experience? Once you got pregnant, you came to our office. Kind of walk us through what happened from there.
Sure. So second pregnancy, it went pretty well this time around. So I didn't have any sciatica pain at all. I was really, that was my number one concern, was having that pain again, because it was like unbearable with my first, and it was horrible.
Can you tell us how many weeks you were when you first came in?
I think it was about like 15 weeks.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, 15 or like 13, somewhere around there. I was in my first trimester, definitely. Or just coming out of my first trimester.
Yeah.
So I started coming to you super early on, because I knew that the sooner I got to you, the better my pregnancy would be. And every single time I came, I felt so much better. And I didn't have any pain at all, which is fabulous. And my pregnancies are pretty hard on my body, as you know, with my first one a little bit. I had breakthrough bleeding throughout my pregnancy, but you were really supportive of the whole time. And I feel like getting chiropractic care throughout my whole pregnancy really helped in the long run, especially when it came time to go into labor and deliver her.
So tell me a little about your delivery.
Okay, so my delivery, I was a week late. I thought I was gonna go early because I was so big. But for my doula and from you, I knew it was really, really important to keep up with my chiropractic care. I felt so much better after every single appointment, and then also it kept the baby in position, an optimal position to deliver her naturally. And that was my goal, is to always have her in that position to be able to dilate, and then also to get her out. So without any trauma like I had the last time. So a week late, my OB wanted to induce me, and I was like, no. So I went into the labor naturally. My doula met me at the hospital. By the time it was weird, because this time around I felt like I was having labor pains, but they were a lot more tolerable. I started with some essential oils to try to get everything going, and I dilated to the whole 10 centimeters within about, I think this labor was 12 to 13 hours versus 34. So, and I did the whole thing naturally, and I actually did not tear, and I had an 8-pound 8-ounce baby with almost 20, which was 22 inches, versus my first one was 7'6". So, and I had a 3rd-degree tear with that one. I really feel like I had this labor experience, like the best labor experience, because of my chiropractic care, my holistic, my doula, and just, listening to my body this time and not forcing anything. And she was in optimal position. She stayed in optimal position to be able to go through the birth canal and come out. Even my OB was like amazed that I had this delivery and that I didn't tear, and that, she came out pretty easily. She was not stuck this time. So, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your recovery.
My recovery was amazing. I felt like, that a few hours later, I was out and walking. I didn't feel like I really had a baby this time. She fortunately, she had a little bump in the road, and she was in the NICU, and I was pumping my breast milk and taking it up to the NICU. They let me stay in the hospital. And I had people come up to me and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you just had a baby. You're like speed walking up. So, I really feel like this time around, going all natural, all holistic, not having the interference of like Pitocin or an epidural or any pain meds, you really listen to your body. I was really amazed about how all of the chemicals and the hormones in your body, like they really do get you through labor. And I kind of was like going in these intense, like deep rest periods right before I was pushing. And I feel like when you listen to your body, and your body kind of like takes over the labor process and the delivery process, it's so much gentler and easier on your body. I mean, I told my husband like week 2, I was like, I'm ready to work out again. Like, I feel like I really feel great. I had a lot more energy. I wasn't hurting. I mean, it was amazing because I could enjoy my baby this time around and sit.
That's important.
Yeah.
Okay, so after we had baby, everything, baby went home after baby was checked out of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, or I guess tell us, why you chose to bring the baby into the office.
Yes, so I had such a great experience with you, and I knew throughout coming here, and I actually did some research on chiropractic care with babies and children, that they could have so much more success. So she had a little bit of torticollis. I think it was probably the way that she was in my womb, because I'm really small. I'm 5 foot, and I had almost a 9-pound baby, and she's tall. So I think she was a little crammed in there. And then also from her time in the NICU, they had her always on one side because she had a scalp IV. So they didn't want to disrupt that. So I knew it was really important to bring her in to you to kind of start taking care of that torticollis and also the colicky. And I just know that you can help tremendously for her.
And will you explain that, the process of, from a mom's standpoint, of bringing your baby in and what it felt like, and then also going home, and what you experienced?
Yeah. So I really enjoyed it because I know what to expect because I came with you, and the level of care that you offer. So coming in for her, I knew that you would extend the same level of care for her. So it was a great process. You're like the baby whisperer too. So. But I set her on the table, like you set me on the table, in the little pillow. Yeah. And it's so easy and so gentle. I mean, I didn't even know and realize that you were even adjusting her. And so you're like, okay, I'm done. So she enjoyed it. It's really relaxing for her. And, you gave me instructions on how to care for her at home and exercises to do to continue your level of care. So when we came back for each appointment, we could kind of build on top of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all we have. So we kind of went over her story, why she came to our office, her experience here at the office as well. If y'all have any questions, feel free to send us a message, an email, or call our office. But that's it for today. Thank you for joining.
Thanks, y'all.